Hi, I'm Aaron Contorer, Chairman of FP Complete. If your organization has decided to use DevOps or to automate its cloud computing, by now you've probably decided to use Kubernetes, the leading technology in this area. However, your organization has probably also discovered that Kubernetes is not plug and play. Working with clouds and orchestration software is complicated. DevOps is a large and complicated technical area. If you're going to use Kubernetes, it's clear that you want to get to market quickly and with reliability, but it's also clear that you're going to be using brand new technologies that, frankly, aren't entirely mature and are complicated. You may find yourself having to allocate very expensive IT staff and large portions of your budget to discovering how to use complicated open source tools, what the best practices might be, how to compensate for the weaknesses of these tools and build upon their strengths. You might find yourself having to insource a complicated amount of engineering just to figure out how to automate and orchestrate your servers and your cloud computing. Kube360 is a software solution from FP Complete that combines a lot of the best practices and engineering methods that we've learned from serving numerous customers who are using the cloud. By now, people in your company have probably tried to use Kubernetes and already discovered how complicated it is. You may have even encountered a failed project or received a proposal for something so big and complicated that it's not realistic. You can't go forward with your company without cloud computing, but at the same time, it feels like the path forward is incredibly expensive and complicated. If you use vendor-specific tools, they may not meet all your needs and you're worried about vendor lock-in. But if you use open source tools, they're complex, incomplete potentially, unreliable potentially. They may or may not meet your needs. In any case, there's a lot to learn. Kube360 gets you past the learning process of working with cloud automation, of working with DevOps, and of working with orchestration tools like Kubernetes. By creating a layer that integrates all of the tools that you're going to need to use Kubernetes and to get going forward with cloud computing and DevOps, Kube360 will save your organization time and money and will save the attention of your most valuable staff for things that are more important to your company. One of the big problems with moving forward with Kubernetes is security. It's not that Kubernetes is insecure, it's that cloud computing configurations are extremely complicated. There's layer upon layer. Without an integrated plan for how your tools are going to work together, security holes may be introduced in any part of your system. At FP Complete, our advice is don't invent everything yourself. Learn from people who've done it before. We're happy to come work with you on a consulting basis, or we're happy to simply bring you our Kube360 tool, which automates a lot of the most common tasks using known best practices. These days, software engineering, server engineering, and cloud engineering are a part of everyone's business, but you have other things to do. Your IT department has to meet your business needs, it has to meet your customers' needs, and reinventing the wheel around automation, orchestration, and Kubernetes is probably not the best use of your team's time. Kube360 is a tool that brings you what you need to get going on the cloud, what you need with automation and orchestration, and what you need to use Kubernetes. With Kube360, you can move forward much more quickly and cost-effectively with your migration to the cloud, or hybrid cloud, or simply automating the way your servers work today. Kube360 supports multiple cloud providers, so if you're not sure which cloud you're going to be using a few years from now, using Kube360 will prevent you getting locked in to one vendor's suite of tools. And because Kube360 uses open source technologies, you're not even locked into using FP Complete or using Kube360. It accelerates you forward in the use of leading open source tools without locking you into any vendor. If you need to move forward with cloud computing, but it feels like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, it feels like things are much too slow and much too expensive, and that your team has far too much to learn in not enough time, Kube360 may be the solution you're looking for. We'd be happy to arrange a demonstration for you. We're also happy to provide custom consulting services if you'd like the software to be integrated, customized, or enhanced for your own company's needs. Kube360 is not a panacea. No part of computing is a panacea, but Kube360 will move you forward dramatically in the adoption and automation of secure, reliable, and maintainable cloud computing. Whether you're using AWS, Azure, on-premises computing, or a hybrid combination of all of these, Kube360 can automate and speed up the deployment and management of your software solutions.